Ice cream. It's supposed to be one of life's simplest joys. But what happens when that simple joy gets complicated? Because if you've walked into Baskin-Robbins in Australia lately, chances are you've experienced a very specific modern kind of pain. It's the feeling of looking at the menu, looking at your kids, looking back at the menu, and staring at the outrageous prices. So, what's going on here? Is this iconic American ice cream giant actually working down under? Or has the Aussie market quietly melted its dreams like a sundae left in the sun? Today, we're diving into the curious case of Baskin-Robbins in Australia. After 30 plus years of expansion, how's it really going? Are Aussies loving it? Are they avoiding it? Or are they confused by it altogether? Baskin-Robbins was born in sunny California way back in 1945. It was the brainchild of two brothers-in-law, Bert Baskin and Irv Robbins, who each had their own ice cream shop. They joined forces with a brilliant marketing pitch of 31 flavors. In a world of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, 31 flavors was something else. It promised a different flavor for each day of the month, bringing variety, fun, and endless choice. And that pitch allowed Baskin-Robbins to explode, becoming the world's largest chain of ice cream specialty stores. From there, global expansion was the obvious next step. Australia was part of that plan, with the first Baskin-Robbins stores touching down in the late 80s. Back then, the brand had serious novelty appeal. It was an imported American product that had bright colors, interesting flavor names, and the iconic pink spoon. It stood out in a big way against the local Milk Bar's tub of Neapolitan. For years, it lingered as a niche option, never quite disappearing, but never truly taking over either. It was just quietly building its footprint in the background of Australia's already crowded dessert market. Fast forward to today, and Baskin-Robbins is currently operating around 86 stores across the entire country. You'll find them tucked into shopping centers, near beaches, in suburban strips, and occasionally as standalone outlets. But let's pause. 86 stores across an entire continent seems quite low for a brand of their stature. To put that number into perspective, Australia has over 1,000 McDonald's locations. Subway has even more. And while Baskin-Robbins is there, it's not everywhere. Yes, the brand has a definite stronghold in Queensland, especially around Brisbane and the Gold Coast, but outside of that Queensland stronghold, the brand's presence is surprisingly thin. Now let's talk about perception. Because when you ask an Australian about Baskin-Robbins, the majority of responses would be about how expensive it is. For instance, a kid's birthday cake recently sparked widespread disbelief when it was spotted with an $80 price tag. And even more than that, a single scoop at Baskin-Robbins could end up costing up to $9. So, what's driving these eye-watering prices? The high prices are a direct result of its franchise structure. Baskin-Robbins in Australia is managed by Palm Oasis Ventures, a master franchise group that acquired the rights from the global parent company. This model creates a cascade of costs. At the very top of this list is the complex logistics of handling their 31 flavor inventory, coupled with the high upfront costs associated with a big American name like Baskin-Robbins. Not to mention that ice cream itself is expensive to store and transport. All of these costs, plus franchising royalties and import fees, are all baked into the final price you pay for a scoop. As a result, many Aussies feel Baskin-Robbins is pricing itself out of the category where they're seen as a treat, instead being more akin price-wise to a luxury product for special occasions. The problem is that the brand's identity doesn't align with this bracket. In 2022, Baskin-Robbins unveiled a major global rebrand. The old look was bubbly, circus-like, and very pink. The new look is sharper and more modern, using a mature brown and pink color palette and a sleeker logo. The goal was clearly to reposition the brand. Make it younger, more stylish, less your uncle's ice cream shop, and more Instagram-friendly hangout. But despite the new visuals, many Aussies still don't seem to know what Baskin-Robbins really stands for. The brand seems to be having a major identity crisis. It's trapped in a confusing middle ground, where it's not quite a daily treat, nor is it quite seen as premium or luxurious. This lack of a clear lane leaves no one sure what the brand is supposed to be. Meanwhile, their biggest rivals have crystal clear identities. Gelato Messina leans hard into gourmet creativity and made from scratch purity, dropping wild new specials that create genuine FOMO. Ben & Jerry's has its free cone day, and its identity built on chunky, over-the-top indulgence. What does Baskin-Robbins got going for itself? It's got the 31 flavors catchphrase, but let's be honest, how many people can name even 5 of them? If the foodies are at Messina and the general public is shocked by the price, who is the Baskin-Robbins customer in Australia? The answer is families. Specifically, families with young kids. Baskin-Robbins knows this, and in a way, it's their biggest strength. And they've recently made a very smart, very strategic move by launching a $2 ice cream scoops for kids promotion. This is a direct response to their biggest problem, the price. They've recognized that parents are wincing at the counter. The $2 scoop is a low-risk entry point. It's a way to get families in the door, to create a win for parents who want to say yes without breaking the bank, and to build that brand loyalty from a young age. It's a clever tactic. It positions them not against the gourmet brands, but as a family-friendly spot. They are gunning for kids who love colors and parents who want a moment of peace. Which brings us to the big, cold, quiet truth. Baskin-Robbins isn't top of mind for most Australians. When was the last time you saw a major Baskin-Robbins TV ad or a billboard or heard a jingle on the radio? Their social media presence is fine, but it's not setting the world on fire. Compare that to McDonald's, Domino's, or even Oporto, chains that flood the airwaves with deals, brand stories, or sheer weirdness. Instead, many Australians just stumble across a Baskin-Robbins by accident, and when they get there, the first thing they notice is the price. That is a massive problem for any brand, let alone one that's been here for decades. That said, let's not pretend it's all doom and gloom. Baskin-Robbins does still have some winning cards in its cone. For one, it's consistent. The flavors taste exactly like they're supposed to. Whether it's mint chocolate chip, pralines and cream, or the legendary Jamocha almond fudge, they've nailed down that reliable, nostalgic American style. It's the comfort food of ice cream. You're never surprised by Baskin-Robbins, but you're also rarely disappointed by the product itself. In a food landscape that sometimes gets way too fancy for its own good, reliability has real value. They've also done a decent job at maintaining store cleanliness and presentation. Most outlets are bright, welcoming, and smell like, well, ice cream. You know exactly what you're getting every single time. So how is Baskin-Robbins doing in Australia after all these years? The answer is complicated. They're stuck, as they're not failing, but they're not flying either. But what do you think? Do you actually like Baskin-Robbins? What should the brand do to increase its market down under? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this chilly strategic breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay curious.